Hello students, today I am going to discuss you about the syllabus of All India Bar Examination. So this is an important exam that is conducted by the Bar Council of India. Now, as this exam is approaching very fast, it is near. So many of my students, they are asking me that they have not prepared or they are not confident enough to appear in this exam and or how to qualify this exam in your first attempt. So it is not a rocket science to clear this exam. Many of the students, they are terrified. They are fearful about the syllabus. This syllabus of All India Bar Examination. It total consists of the 19 subjects. The total subjects that you are going to prepare is 19 subjects, and you will need at least 20 to 25 barracks to carry it with you and use those barracks to clear this exam. Now, to read these 20 to 25 barracks in your last days of preparation is not an easy task. So, what you have to do and what should be your strategy to deal with these subjects? So, the first thing I will recommend you that don't go for all the 19 subjects from which your questions will be coming. You have to mark down all the important subjects which are having high weightage, important topics, and all these relevant acts or the relevant questions from which these barracks which would be coming in your exam. So the most important ones is your constitutional law, then is your IPC and BNS, your CRPC and BNSS, then is your CPC. Along with this, you can you have to go with this Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam or the previous Evidence Act. So this is a list of five important major criminal laws. So these are the laws or subjects that you cannot afford to leave. In any case, any circumstances, if you are going to skip any one of them, I'm sure you are not going to clear this exam because these are the foundational subjects. These are the foundational law of any advocacy exam, whether it is the exam conducted by the Bar Council of India or it is exams related with the High Court or Supreme Court or any XYZ exam that is related with the law or in your LLM entrance examinations. You cannot afford to skip these five subjects. Along with these major criminal laws, you have to go with the family law. It is an important subject that cannot be skipped. The family law includes both the laws, the Hindu law as well as the Muslim law. Combinedly, you are going to get the questions from it. After this, you can go with the PIL, public interest litigation. It is also a good subject, and if you have read this direct, or if you are not getting the direct of this subject, you can just go with the previous questions. You can go on the internet and search for the previously asked questions from the last 5 to 7 years. That will be sufficient for you. Other than this, you can go with the environmental law, the cyber law, and the intellectual property law. So, out of the total 19 subjects, you have to only prepare the 10 subjects which are having a good weightage, as well as they will be comparatively easier for you to get the answers, and they will be very beneficial for you in your coming exams also. So, constitutional law, IPC, BNS, CRPC, the new one is BNSS, CPC. CPC is a very important subject and it is a single subject that will get you 10 marks easily. In your constitutional law, that is also of 10 marks, having 1 marks questions each. But this constitutional law is very wide. It not only include only the bare act, but it will also include all the case laws and the relevant judgments of the Supreme Court. All the amendments, the part of the preamble, the amendments, major amendments, and most importantly, the year. The year is very important here. You can refer with the Supreme Court guidelines or with the SEC reporter, because they will ask you the case law. You can easily mark them, but you will also be getting the years in which year the judgment was given by the apex court. So constitutional law is not only a bare act; it includes all the relevant case laws, important jurisdictions, important judgments of the Supreme Court, the amendments, preamble, basic fundamentals, and all the salient features. Okay? But CPC is a subject that you are easily going to get 10 marks just by the reading of a bare act. After that, family law is an easy topic, easy subject to cover, Muslim law and Hindu law. Also, you can go with the laws which are related with the women. In the previous year, some of the questions came from the laws which included women, like the DV Act or DP Act. It is not necessary to read this, but the question might appear in your exam. Majorly, you have to go with the Hindu law and the Muslim law. Cyber law is an important subject, and it will easily get you 2 to 3 marks. Relevant questions along with it can also come, and that will be majorly from the IT Act of 2005, and the major amendment. From IT Act also, cyber law also, you can just go with the important sections of the IT Act that includes 66, Section 66, Section 67. After that, intellectual property laws and the IP laws, they are important subject, and you can easily get 2 marks from them. So overall, and IPC, CRPC, what you have to do in this, you have to keep both of the barracks together. Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the new one, and the IPC, that was the previous criminal law. You have to put both the barracks in front of you and make a comparison table, or it will be also be in your barrack. Just see the comparison table, because there is not a much difference you can find in these two acts. They both are similar, the language is similar, only the section numbers are changed. So if you can compare, or if you have the comparison table of these two subjects, they are relatively easier, or you do not have to read each of them individually. Okay? So side by side, IPC and BNSS, both of your subjects will be covered. Then your CRPC and the BNSS, they are also similar, just like the IPC and the BNSS. You have to take the directs of both the procedural law and make a comparison table, or you can easily get the digital digital printed table or comparison table of the BNSS and the CRPC. They're also similar, only the section numbers are same. And just look for if there is any sections which have been omitted or which have been newly introduced. You just have to see both of them. Otherwise, this is sufficient for you to appear in your exam and get a good qualifying. So 10 marks on the constitutional law, including the case laws. IPC and BNS, that covers you 8 marks. CRPC and BNSS covers you 10 marks. CPC 10 marks. Evidence X 8 marks. Environmental law 2 marks. Cyber law 2 marks, and intellectual property 2 marks. So 10, 20, 30, 38, 46, and 46 for 50, 52. So 52 marks you are going to get only from these subjects. Only from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only from these 8 subjects, we are going to get 52 marks. Along with it, the family law is very important. So, adding family law, you get 60 marks each. Then your PIL carries 4 marks, 64 marks you are going to get from it. So, this is the practical approach, or this is the practical side of this exam, how you are going to qualify this exam. Okay. So let me give you a brief revision of this. What are the important topics that you have to cover? The first is the constitutional law, along with all the important case laws. Second is your CPC. This is the order of the preference. or the priority you have to give to the subjects. The same sequence you have to follow. Second is your CPC or the Civil Procedure Code. Third is your IPC and the New Criminal Act, that is your BNS. Fourth subject you are going to attempt is your CRPC and IPC. So CRPC and your BNSS, Bharatiya Nyaya Suraksha Sanhita. Fifth is your PIL, or you can go with the family law. Family law including both the laws, Hindu law as well as the Muslim law. Sixth is your PIL, public interest litigation. Most of the students does not get the bare act of this subject. So you can just search on the internet and you can get good uh, notes. Seven is your cyber law. Cyber law, specifically your IT Act 2005. Eighth, you have to prepare your environmental laws, all the laws which are related with the conservation of wildlife or the natural resources, including air, water, and the treatment of sewages, all the regulations and all the acts that are given in your environmental laws. Correct? Anything left? Is your IP law. Nine is your IP law. Only 2 marks question will be coming from it, but these are easy marks. Intellectual property laws. So see, from the 19 subjects, you need not to prepare all the subjects. You have to just go with the 9 subjects thoroughly, and I'm very sure you are going to crack this exam. The remaining 9 or this remaining 10 subjects, this is the 10 to 12 subjects which are remaining. 10 to 12 subjects which are remaining, what you have to do, you have to read the index. Read the index very carefully. Read the index carefully and also mark them using a pencil, or you can use the markers or sticky notes. Just attach sticky notes to all the important topics in these barracks. Okay. So once your sticky note are attached to these important topics, it will be easier for you to search for the answers in these barracks. So by going with this strategy, you are easily going to get 65 to 70% marks in this exam, and you are going to qualify this exam with flying colors. See, so this is the whole strategy. You do not have to go to solve all the 100 questions. It is nearly impossible. It is nearly impossible to search all the 100 questions or mark all the 100 questions which are in a question paper because of the time limitation. The time limitation or the time restriction you have to remember. There are only two things that you have to be very careful while appearing in this exam. One is your barracks reading. You should have a very sound knowledge of your barracks in India. Barracks, you can go with the bilingual ones also. Bilingual barracks are also available in the market, or you can entirely go with the English ones. If you are comfortable reading in English, go with the English one because they are concise and you can find the answers easily without flipping too many pages. So you can go with the universals, but universals barracks come with short notes or commentaries, so you can skip them. You can go with the professionals. The professional barracks are good. There are no errors as such. I have read them. I didn't find any errors in this. Professional barracks are good if you are going comfortable reading in English. Second is your time management. This is the most important thing that you have to remember while solving the paper. So if you are good at managing your time, once you have managed your time, it will be very easier for you to pass in this exam. See, don't spend too much time on a question which you are having difficulty finding the answer, or you are not able to understand the language. Sometimes the language of the question is quite typical. many of the legal terms you are not familiar about. So skip all those questions which are time taking. It will take much of your time, and that will also take the time of the questions which you can easily answer. So just skip all the questions. Skip all the time taking questions. Skip time taking questions. So let me make you remember this. This is not a merit based exam. You are not going to get marks in this exam, and you will not be awarded any merit for clearing with good marks or high marks. You just have to qualify this exam. It is a qualifying exam. It is a qualifying exam, let me tell you. Okay? Just qualify this exam, and I wish that you pass this exam with flying colors and become a good advocate. Okay. So any of the confusion, you can pin me in the comments, or you can comment me if you need any of such help to clear this exam. Okay. So constitutional law, IPC, BNSS, CRPC, BNSS, CPC, evidence or Bharatiya Saksha Dinam, family law, environmental law, cyber law, and the intellectual properties laws. Just go with these of them, and the remaining subjects just prepare the index of it. That will be sufficient for you to pass this exam. This is not a rocket science. Don't take too much of the load in reading all of them or answering all of the questions. Just attempt 2 to 3 mock tests so that you can know how much time you are taking. It is all about skills, how you are managing your time in your exam. So if you can manage your time very well, you will be surely be passing with good marks. Okay? Thank you so much. If you have any questions, any trouble, you can just comment on it and I will give the answer.